Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome as we start another week of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours and your little bitty slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend some time with you and yours. We start today's show with yours truly giving you a heads up. Get ready for the boogeyman. In 43 years of broadcasting covering news, social trends, politics, and the like, I've been fortunate enough to watch trends in reporting to you, bringing you the facts, allowing you to make up your own mind about certain things. You notice certain trends, and as a result, you can pretty much predict what's coming next. When it comes to elections, there are typically 3 cards in the deck. 1, you run on your record, unless, of course, your record sucks. Then there's the second card, demonizing your opponent. For example, yeah, inflation is eating Americans alive, but Orange Man bad. Yeah, we went off and left billions of dollars of taxpayer paid for armaments in Afghanistan, but Orange Man bad. Yeah, we let a Chinese spy balloon fly all the way across the country, but Orange Man bad. Unfortunately, that's backfired on the Democrats. They have indicted Donald J. Trump 4 times in 5 months, and he is now arguably more popular than he's ever been. Then there's the third card to play, the scare the bejesus card. Scare the people bad enough that they will have their attention diverted from how horrible your policies are for your constituents. Now, Clarence, how can you say that Joe Biden can't run on his record? How can you say his record's bad? Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Let's take a look at this, shall we? Let's start with the supply chain crisis. Many stores still aren't stocking lots of things. So, nope, you can't run on that. Then there's the withdrawal from Afghanistan. 13 American service people killed, $7 billion worth of your money and weapons left to people that would love nothing more than to kill us all using those weapons. So, nope, you can't run on that. The Chinese spy balloon flies the entire breadth of this country before we take action. So that would be a no. You can't run on that. Millions of illegal immigrants walking across the border, setting up shop. So that would be a no. You can't run on that. Crime exploding all across America. Nope. You can't run on that. Gas prices unaffordable. After you stop drilling the first week in office, raided the Strategic Petroleum Reserve with no plans to restore our safety net anytime soon. So, nope, you can't run on that. Horrific train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, a place that you have yet to visit 6 months after all those folks were poisoned. So, nope, you can't run on that. The first black female Supreme Court justice, the one woman in all of America that cannot define what a woman is, because after all, she's not a biologist. So that would be a no. You can't run on that. The assistant head of a federal agency that just so happens to be a serial luggage thief. Nope, you can't run on that. Falling up the stairs, falling down on stage, falling off your bicycle. So that would be a no. You can't run on that. Falling asleep at events, saying things that have nothing to do with the event at the most inopportune time. God save the Queen, man. Nope, you can't run on that. You spent 40% of your time in office on vacation. How many of you could, where you work, could spend 40% of your time on vacation? Nope, you can't run on that. When you leave our fellow American citizens, victims of a horrendous fire in Hawaii, and then give them 1/10 of 1% of what you're sending to Ukraine. Nope, you can't run on that. Making racist statements like, well, if you can't figure out whether to vote for me or Donald Trump, you ain't black. That would be a no. You can't run on that either. 69% of your own party says we want anybody other than Joe Biden. So, yeah, your record sucks, dude. It sucks. So all that's left now, since obviously demonizing Donald Trump isn't working, the only thing left is to play the fear card. Oh my God, we got 2 new strains of COVID. Oh my God, you got to get the shot. Oh my God, if you don't get the shot, then you're going to kill grandma. All of this stuff to take your attention away from what their policies are actually doing. Now, what's really, really interesting, if you haven't, go to YouTube and look at the number of people in this country that look just like me. The number of them that have awakened and are no longer ashamed to say, yeah, I'm black and I'm voting for Trump. It is amazing the groundswell of support now among what is arguably the most loyal part of the Democrat base. Unfortunately, for black people, we are the ones that are hurt the most by the policies of the Biden-Harris administration. Who do you think inflation hurts the most? Who do you think crime hurts the most? Who do you think illegal immigration hurts the most? That's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer. We already know the answer to the question. As painful as it is to watch what is going on in the country that I love so very dearly, the silver lining to all of this is Americans are finally waking up. They are starting to see the reality of what is going on. It is something that's long overdue, but welcomed nonetheless. Now, y'all know your buddy Clarence. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I have better things to do with my time than to sit around making up lies to tell you. I have seen this movie before, over and over and over again. So when Clarence tells you, get ready for the return of the boogeyman, COVID-19, you can take that one to the bank, son. And for the Democrats, it's actually a twofer. Not only do you scare the bejesus out of people and get their attention away from what their policies are doing to destroy this country, it also allows them to push things like mail-in ballots for the next election. So make no mistake about it. They cannot run on their record. They have failed miserably in demonizing Donald Trump. So the only card left in the deck to play is the boogeyman. Get ready, y'all, because between now and Election Day, they're going to kick this puppy into high gear. And maybe then you'll say, huh, old Clarence told me to expect this. And sure as shooting, here it is. First break of today's show. When we come back, second segment, Tuesday edition, time for another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Very few vehicles develop a community of ownership like the Mazda Miata. But why? Well, maybe it's because Mazda's been building the Roadster for over 25 years and there's never been a bad one. Or maybe it's because the Mazda Miata's been universally praised since its inception as one of the most fun cars to drive for the money. If you're looking for fun, affordability, and reliability, come see our Mazda Miata selection today and experience for yourself why Miata is always the answer. At Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, the level of stupid in this country and around the world has gotten so out of hand that we have coined a new segment with a new word and a new spelling. It's an old word that you well know, but this is long past, S-T-U-P-I-D. What we're talking here is a whole different level of stupid. So we've come up with a new spelling and a new word just for the level of stupidity. S-T-O-O-P-I-D. As in, now that's just stupid. We start in the great state of Alabama. Remember, guys, primarily, when you were in elementary school, and we used to play cops and robbers. Remember that? Even as far back as my day. You couldn't bring your cap guns to school with you, so what'd you do? You use your finger. Pow, 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 pow. Cops and robbers. A 6-year-old at an elementary school in Alabama suspended recently for using gun fingers. Both the cop and the robber suspended for disciplinary infractions. Let me show you how stupid this world has become. The school, in suspending these two 6-year-olds, said, well, this is a violation of the rules of the school. This infraction, playing cops and robbers, using finger guns, according to the school's website, falls in the same category, a level 3 infraction of making bomb threats, assaulting a school board member, cyberbullying, and a whole list of other infractions. It's about this much shy of a felony for two 6-year-olds. If I didn't know any better, I would say S-T-O-O-P-I-D, as in stupid. I could make a joke about it being Alabama, but I'm going to leave that alone. Meanwhile, it has gotten to be old hat, but it still never ceases to amaze me. The level of stupid the Democrats will come up with. Have you heard this story out of New Mexico? The governor there, Michelle Lujan Grisham, in response to a health emergency, the murders, criminals in New Mexico, has issued a 30-day ban on the carrying of firearms, including lawfully obtained concealed carry permits. Number one, that's unconstitutional. That is as clear a violation of the Second Amendment as you will ever find. So much so that the district attorney in the state's largest city and the sheriff in the state's largest city have come out publicly in press conferences and says, there's no way in hell I'm going to enforce this. It's unconstitutional. I'm not going to do it. So the press asked the governor, Madam Governor, do you think the criminals are going to abide by this 30-day ban on carrying guns? Do you think they're going to listen to you and stop their guns? And she said, no, I don't think so. So let me get this straight. The criminals are not going to abide by this law. They are going to continue their errant ways, shooting law-abiding people, killing law-abiding people. And in typical liberal fashion, you think it's a good idea to punish the law-abiding people who've gone through the process of buying a gun, the background check, the whole nine, and all they want to do is protect themselves from these law-abiding fools that you have already acknowledged are not going to obey the law. You think it's a good idea to punish the law-abiding citizens because of the actions of the criminals, and you readily admit, no, the criminals are not going to follow it. S-T-O-O-O-O-O-O-P-I-D. Stupid. But it's a liberal, so what do you expect? This one, you could have seen this one coming from 800 miles away. If you had a child in elementary school, this so happens is in Oklahoma, and they hired a new principal to be in charge of the school where your elementary age child attends. Guys in the truck, guys and girl in the truck, would you put this picture up for our viewers to see? This principal at an elementary school in Oklahoma. Marty, I don't know if they heard me in the truck. Would you ask them to put that up for me? Marty's not paying attention to me either. If this should scare the bejesus out of you, the pictures of this elementary school principal who happens to be a drag queen, who was also arrested but never convicted, mind you, of possessing child pornography and illegal drugs, and they saw fit to hire this person to be in charge of an elementary school. Apparently, we are having some technical difficulties in the truck getting the picture up. All you have to do is go to YouTube and put in Oklahoma elementary school principal / drag queen. Makes no attempt to hide it, is obviously looking at the pictures, proud of it, I mean, on this person's website, all sorts of pictures. Purple wig, matching makeup, 2-3 different color hair, the whole nine, tongue sticking out, looking at the camera. And they hire this person to be in charge of an elementary school. Y'all, there are some sick people in this country. There are some sick people on this planet. And for the life of me, I cannot understand how it is that we continue to let this sort of thing happen without standing up for our children. Speaking of things that I can't understand why we haven't done yet. You do realize, do you not, that one day your existence here on this earth will come to an end? I know, Clarence, I don't want to talk about that. I'm not comfortable talking about that. Well, for the sake of your family, your spouse, your children, you need to talk about it. And there is no one easier to talk to about it than our dear friend Lee Serio. Prepaid funeral plans. Get it all out of the way ahead of time and get the peace of mind that comes with knowing my family is not going to have to run around like crazy trying to drum up the money to pay for my funeral. And I know what some of y'all are saying. Well, Clarence, I got life insurance to take care of that. Well, I applaud you for that. But you do realize, do you not, that that money is supposed to go to your family to be sure that their standard of living remains the same. Do you really want them to have to dig into the money that you allocated for them to pay for your funeral? I know it's uncomfortable. Been there, done that. I get it. But at the end of the day, you cannot put a price tag on peace of mind. Do your buddy Clarence a favor, will you? Give my friend Lee a call. 225-315-6329. 315-6329. You will never find a person easier to talk to about an uncomfortable subject than Lee Serio and or his darling wife Gretchen. Get it done today, y'all. And with all the uncertainty in this world, at least you will know when it happens, because rest assured it's going to happen one day. And typically it comes at the most inopportune time. At least you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that my family will not have this to worry about in their hour of bereavement. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up on Louisiana news. Some of it disturbing. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
It's time to go where summer leads you during the season of discovery at Team Mazda. Transcend ordinary in the Mazda CX-5 or experience the next level of luxury in the all-new Mazda CX-90. Come by today and discover Mazda at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I want to get you caught up on Louisiana news. And three of these stories are extremely disturbing. Starting with 79-year-old John Brown, found shot to death in his own home this week. This 79-year-old man, by all accounts, loved in the community, was in the process of earning his master's degree at Southern University, set to receive it this fall. And they find him, 79 years of age, shot to death in his own home. Y'all know where I'm going with this, right? No one deserves to leave their existence on this earth, much less a 79-year-old man getting ready in a matter of months to receive his master's degree. His family is begging for help. By the way, this man's family encompasses locally more than 30 people, and they are begging the community for help. Needless to say, this 79-year-old looks just like me. And I cannot stress enough, if you know something, say something. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard people make the comment, well, if it was a white guy, they'd have solved it by now. Well, that's because white people cooperate with the police. If they know something, they speak up. We, black people, have allowed liberals and Democrats to brainwash us into not working with law enforcement. Meanwhile, crime continues to ravage our community. This 79-year-old man and his family and his neighborhood deserve so much better than this. Again, y'all, I implore you, if you know something, stand up and say something. In other news, we have known for a while now that there are problems in school systems all across the country of individuals, pedophiles, taking advantage of our kids in public schools. Actually, there have been some instances in private schools as well, but I digress. This week, a mother in East Baton Rouge Parish said that the EBR school system ignored her complaints about a teacher grooming her young son for years. According to this mother, and this now is two different mothers who have complained after reporting bad behavior, horrendous behavior by Justin Broussard. Here's some irony. As recently as this year, he was named Teacher of the Year. I will leave to you to decide how that came about. And let me also add in, innocent until proven guilty. But if these charges are true, I am one that wants as many dollars going to education as possible, but I have to put myself in these two separate mothers' shoes. I would sue the bejesus out the East Baton Rouge Parish School System, and rightfully so. If true that they ignored their complaints for years about this guy, not only should they have to come off a whole lot of money, but some heads should roll as well. This is not acceptable, y'all. These are children that we're talking about here. I can only hope that these allegations are not true. But the good news there is time certainly will tell. Now, this story is about as low as you can go. Well, I might want to take that back because experience has taught me just when I think we've gone as low as we can go, somebody says, hey, bro, hold my beer. Watch this. This week, the Baton Rouge Police Department arrested two men after finding out that they bought alcohol for two teenage girls, underage girls, obviously if they're teenagers, got them drunk and incapacitated, and then sexually assaulted them. To add insult to injury, they filmed the assault on the cell phone. Luckily, they stopped at a gas station. Someone happened to look in the car and saw two semi-naked teenage girls, and they could tell they're unresponsive. They are totally out of it. So they called the police. BRPD shows up. There are open containers of alcohol all around the car, inside the car, condoms inside the car. So they start talking to the two adult men in the car and find out what happened. So they confiscate their mobile devices, cell phone, go through it, and they find out, allegedly, innocent until proven guilty, Not only did they sexually assault these two teenage girls, but they filmed it. I have said on more than one occasion, if in fact this is true, we need Wild West justice, y'all. Remember what used to happen back in the day? Cattle rustlers, horse thieves, women killers, back shooters. Your trial was held the minute they got you. And when found guilty, the judge would pass sentence. You will be hanged tomorrow morning at sunrise by the neck until dead. May God have mercy on your miserable soul. Unless and until we get to the point, y'all, where justice is swift, you can expect more of this kind of deviant behavior in the future. You would think by now we'd have figured this thing out. It brings to mind, finally, this week, judge ruling that it's unconstitutional to hold juveniles at Angola. The very same day, mind you, a 15 and a 16-year-old get charged with second-degree murder. So where are we supposed to house these individuals? Yeah, but now, Clarence, you got to understand, you can't have them housed anywhere near adults. Well, what better place to put them and send the message that if you don't straighten up and fly right, this is where you're going to end up. We missed a marvelous opportunity in Baton Rouge, y'all, a while back, when we had the opportunity to vote on a tax to build a new, secure, juvenile detention center. Now listen, y'all, I get it. I get it. Many people are, Clarence, I ain't for paying any more taxes until I see some results from the taxes we've already paid. I get that. But when you look at what our young people are doing, criminal activity, we owe them and this community to have a place where if you decide for whatever reason you cannot abide by the laws of a civilized society, don't worry, hoss, we got some place to put you. And we will keep you there as long as need be, because we just built a brand new place with plenty of space. Unless and until we do this, the revolving door will continue. And God forbid, the next time a 14, 15, 16-year-old murders someone, it might be somebody in your family. Just an observation. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Lee Serio can help. His prepaid funeral plans make sure your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. With Lee Serio, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or his wife Gretchen at 225-315-6329. Let Lee Serio give you and your family the peace of mind you all deserve.
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to greystonecountryclub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, as an American, I am really big on individual rights. And in recent memory, we have seen any number of elected officials that have gotten up in age demonstrate in no uncertain terms that they're no longer fit for the job. I am one of those people that is of the opinion, if this is what their constituents want, they voted for this person, then who am I, who doesn't live in the district, to tell them who they should or should not elect? Now, that being said, if it were only their district being affected by electing someone who clearly is not up to the job mentally, that would be one thing. But when these people affect what is happening in the entire country, well, now we got a problem. Nancy Pelosi announcing recently that she is running for her 20th term in Congress. 83 years old and running for re-election. Recently, in an interview, she was talking about how we have to save the planet. You know, the typical Democrat liberal mantra. Climate change, we got to save the planet. So she's talking about how we have to work with China to save the planet. She said, and I quote, "We have a shared planet." Well, let me start here. China's a big country, and so are we. And we have to find an accommodation on how we treat each other. But in terms of the three things that I named, security, China has been a violator of transferring technology of weapons of mass destruction to rogue countries. Number two, in terms of economics, they've been, well, violated almost every trade standard of access, of piracy, of obeying rules and the rest. And in the terms of governance, they're a threat to Taiwan and the rest. But, she says, we have a shared planet and we have to work with the Chinese to save the planet. Because they are now, I think, one of, if not the biggest emitter of pollutants that are killing the planet. What she failed to mention is that China recently announced they are building 300 new, brand spanking new, coal-fired electricity generating plants. So we have to work with them to save the planet. Our government, Biden-Harris administration, in the very first week in office, stops all drilling on federal lands, wants to force you to buy an electric car. It's green energy to save the planet. While China is building 300 new coal-fired electricity generating plants. That's not to mention the ones they already have. This is 300 new ones in addition to what they already have. So you know what this is saying, right? What this is saying is China gets to do what they want. You get to do what I tell you to do. That's what it comes down to. We have to work with China to save the planet. China don't give a damn about saving the planet. They just announced they are building 300 new plants to generate electricity, and they're burning coal to do it. China gets to do what they want. You, America, you get to do what I tell you to do. Did y'all see recently, speaking of green energy, Jennifer Granholm, Energy Secretary, decides she and her entourage are going to take a road trip using electric vehicles. Did y'all see this? They have trouble finding charging stations. Surprise, surprise. So they finally find one, and there's people already using the chargers. So they wait, and they wait, and they wait. Finally, they get tired of waiting. So what do? They get a gas-powered vehicle, pull it up in front of the charger, and as we say it back in the day in the hood, bogard the place. Excuse me, I don't see a plug in your car to charge it. Well, no, this is a gas-powered car. We saving the place for somebody. Excuse me? So there's a family there. It's hot as all get out outside. This family has a baby in the car. And they can't run the car because it needs a charge, which they're there to do. And they got a baby in the car, sweltering. You know what they did? What this family did? They call the police. The head of the United States Energy Department, they call the cops. We got some folk over here with a gasoline-powered car just sitting there reserving a spot for the electric car that's coming in a little while. How embarrassing. But the adults are back in charge. If you believe that, my dear friend Marty and I,
don't sell my property.
Marty said, don't sell my property. My dear friend Marty and I, we have a beachfront, mountaintop, snow-covered chalet in Bruley, Louisiana that we'll sell to you real cheap. If you believe that crap, not only do we have a beachfront, mountaintop chalet, we also got a bridge in Brooklyn that will let you have real cheap. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. And sadly, they are using your tax dollars to do it. Do you think for 1 second Jennifer Granholm and the rest of her posse, you think they went in their pockets to fund this ill-fated road trip? No, Hoss. They're using your money. They are using your money. And apparently, they are going to shove this down our throats whether we want it or not. Unless, of course, we as Americans finally get the backbone, and this is particularly aimed at Republicans and rhinos, once we finally get the backbone to stand up and put an end to this crap. Are you kidding me? You're going to use a gas-powered vehicle to block off the electric vehicle charging station so she can use it. Now you know just how serious they are about all of this, as if you didn't know already. My fellow Americans, whenever you get tired, like the rest of us, we'll put an end to this crap. Because as long as we allow it, it will continue to happen. My time's up, y'all, and I got to go. But you already know the drill. This day, maybe more so than any other day in history, I give it to you. You know what? You are 100% correct. America, we are not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. You know the good Lord loves you. You know I do too. And there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. God bless. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, gentlemen.